So thank you everyone for coming here. First of all, just to make sure we get the logistics right, it's better for you and for us to put the mobile on silent or maybe turn it off, because really that's a chance to dive deep in and really discover yourself and find something that you never found before. So, okay, deal with that? Okay, so let me just introduce Brian from the work I did with him in the last 3 days, because I used to dabble in his work, I read his book, I watched his video, and I was like really into it. But still working with someone one-to-one, it makes a huge difference, and it gives you an idea of like what the mind of that person is, or what is he trying to convey for people and for humanity, I would say. So the work I did with him, let me find the words for it, because I can say it's brilliant, I can say it's massive, I can say it's powerful, but if I can just...
You can say all of that.
and it's different than any other work. So, probably you know or you watch the videos, I've been the last 5 years obsessively in anything you can think of self-growth. So this is not like a hobby. It's not something I would do at the weekend, like just to grab a book, go to the beach and read it. This is my absolute life, and this is what I do. So I do coaching, my PhD in leadership. So this is the area that I'm living my life for. So it's not kind of a hobby that I would do it inside. So the last 3 days I've been working with Brian, and for me it felt like 30 years. And I was telling him that if there is another day, I will be like, no, stop. And the plan was like 4 days and then the teaching. But then we did it 3 days and 1 day after that. And thank God we did it, because it was like really intense. And what I can say, other than he has a gift, very intuitive gift to see the truth, because the teaching are coming from a place of truth. What's so different than anything else, I would say everything reaches a certain depth. So at a certain level you might be motivated, at a certain level you might change your thinking, at a certain level you might go to the core of things and change your perception. But the work he does, it's like, woo, it's that depth. Because he shows people that what you think the problem is not really a problem, and even better, that there is no problem. And you will be able to see that yourself, so don't take my words for it. And the thing he did, like the wisdom it's coming from, you will all know that it's coming from a place of truth, because simply it will resonate with your heart. So really be aware, really be just absolutely focused, and I would encourage you to drop any thoughts, any beliefs, any expectation, and just come blank again. Because as I said, this is really powerful, really transformative, and what you're really learning here, it's the edge. I would say in the next 10 years, people will start to get to know this kind of way of living. People will start to understand, hopefully, if they're growing, into that insightful living. And now you're getting the competitive edge. So if you have that ability to navigate your life from that place where you know, when you know with no shadow of a doubt that you are a limitless being and you can create your reality, and anything you don't like, you know deep inside that you can change it. Imagine just you have that confidence, imagine that you have that knowing that anything will happen, you'll be fine. So I can sum it up, you'll be more relaxed. That's the bottom line. But the kind of relaxation that you will have in a hot tub, you will bring that relaxation into your life from a deep place, and you're gonna perform and create from a deep, deep place. So I don't wanna say more. I want you, because you come for Brian, you didn't come up for me, hopefully. So I want just Brian to come and show you magic. Thank you.
Aloha. Aloha. You guys ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Good. Because I have no idea what I'm going to say or what I'm going to do. No idea. So I'm going to start by getting comfortable and relaxed in the hot tub. So I use a lot of 4-letter words. Things like love and others. If you're easily offended, get over it. Or you will not have fun. And I am definitely here to have fun. It's great to see your smiling, beautiful faces. Man, I thought Belgium was cool. I did a small event in Belgium a few months ago. They were nowhere near as cool as you guys. Cut that off the video. Man. So everybody here is kind of spiritual? Spiritually open-minded? Oh, shit. No hands. Okay. Is everybody here kind of somewhat? Yeah, okay. That's better. Okay. Everybody here, anyone here done any kind of self-help at all? Anybody? Anybody here done a lot of self-help? Anybody here did all of the self-help? That's me. That's me. That's me. Okay, cool. I'm with the right people then. Anybody here feel that they got 100% of everything that they were promised and everything that they wanted from the self-help? Anybody? Wow, why is that always the case? Why is that always the case? Now, I'm not going to put down any self-help. I will just say that you don't have to do any more self-help after today if you don't want to. That would be cool. Yeah. I don't read anymore. That shit about always be growing, well, once you realize you're everything, you can stop. Now if I pick up a book, it's to learn a specific task. Yeah. I wasn't kidding when I said I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but it doesn't matter because we're going to have a freaking blast. Everybody is going to get exactly what they came for today. Everybody. Guaranteed. Problems. I like that word you use, problem. I've heard that word. I used to live that word. I used to be that word. Problems. Anybody have the perception that they have any problems? Now here's where everybody goes. No one's looking, right? Anybody perceive that they have problems? Anybody perceive that there are problems in the world at all? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Bullshit. That's the great news. That is the great news. That's all bullshit. Seriously. And when you step into the place of awareness where you know there are no problems, oh my God, life is fun. Whew. Like I say, the cure for global warming, fucking chill. Chill. That's the solution to global warming. You'll see. That'll make more sense in just a little while. You guys heard about spell breaks, right? Yeah. A couple people met me at the door. Can I do a spell break with you? Oh, whoa, these people are like, man. Usually people are like, I'm going to watch and see if anybody does one of those spell breaks. And then if they do, maybe, I don't know. You guys are ready, huh? Awesome. So, I actually do know a little bit of what I'm going to say today, just not in what order. And I'm in no rush, because everybody will get what they came for. The first thing that I really want to start with is I want to encourage everybody to breathe. Really breathe. They promised at the front desk that if we ran out of air in this room, they would bring more. So, we're not going to run out. It's all good. Everything's good. Anybody read my book? Anybody? Anybody? Wow. Wow. Okay. So you guys know how to breathe, right? And everybody else thinks, what the hell? I know how to breathe. Yeah, we know how to breathe. Actually, we don't. We really don't. We don't know how to think. And we do not know how to breathe. And it's amazing. Like two of the most fundamental things, right? Breathing and thinking. Oh my God, are we getting that wrong? And counterproductive. And damaging. Not fun. So I say there's only two spiritual practices in the world that are necessary. The first one is smiling, and the second one is breathing. If you get those completely right, you don't need any other spiritual practice. If you want one, enjoy it. I'm not taking away anybody's practice. But if you really get those right, man, you can get through just about anything. So would you guys be willing to smile as much as possible today? Plus, it makes me feel really good. Sit here and soak up the smiles. And second, I want to show you a way of breathing that I could literally spend the day on just this breathing. The whole day. And if you stayed totally tuned in and totally focused and you played along 100%, you would leave and say it was the best damn seminar. Wow, it was incredible, it was amazing. I'm not kidding. Just the breathing, if that's all we focus on, and it would change your life as much or more than anything else, I promise you. Any skeptics out there? Anyone skeptical? I welcome that, because it's like, how is that even possible? And I guess I should warn you, I'm kind of inclined to be really comfortable. Like, I took my shoes off, I'm chilling. I'm just gonna have a good time. Is that okay? Because I'm gonna do it whether it's okay, and I'm just gonna really have a good time. And I'm gonna be chilled out and relaxed, like I'm in the hot tub. And if you breathe with me, you're gonna get it. Seriously. And then I'll do some teaching to spell breaks, and we'll have fun in those ways too. So let's start on the breathing, okay? So, you guys, who's willing to play along with this breathing thing? I won't teach on it the whole day. Okay, I won't do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through the mouth. And that's the first layer that I want to bring your awareness to, is we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, you already feel a tiny little bit better just from that, right? Oh, that's kind of nice. So we're going to do that for a few minutes. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you want to just say this word to yourself, relax, it's optional. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And the second layer that I want to bring our attention to is that we're going to make the inhale and the exhale last just about the same length of time. So the same duration for the inhale as exhale. Nice and smooth. Man, the whole mood of the room has just shifted. Just like that. Anybody feel it? Just give me a little nod. You don't have to let everybody else know that you do. Okay. Now the third layer, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to make the duration in and out about the same. And the third layer that I want to bring your attention to is we're going to breathe in just a little bit more than we have been. Just a little bit. Not some big exaggerated, No, just breathe in a little bit more. So maybe your inhale will last 1 second longer. And that means your exhale is going to last 1 second longer. So we're also going to push out a little bit more air than we normally have been. So in other words, we're expanding our breathing, right? Expanding our lung capacity. Now we all run the dangerous risk of actually giving our brains enough oxygen by doing this, so be warned. Your brain might actually begin to get enough oxygen. So you've all been warned. So we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And those of you that are old enough to know what this phrase means, I'm going to sound like a broken record very soon, because I'm going to say this so many times. This in through the nose. And then in about 5 minutes when I say it and nobody's doing it, he goes, oh wow, I see why he's reminding us so much. In through the nose and out through the mouth. With the same duration in as out. Breathing in a little bit more than usual. Just breathing out that little bit more than usual. Expanding that capacity, that little bit. And now the fourth layer that I want to bring your attention to is we're going to make sure that we don't pause or push or pull at any point. Is a smooth flow of air the whole time. So now watch this little curve here. It's just called a sine wave. We're going in through the nose. At the very top, there's no pause. Just all the way down to the bottom of the exhale. And at the bottom, we don't pause. So we have this smooth curve going, and we're consistently breathing. A break in the breath is a break in consciousness. We've had quite enough of those. Now we'll add that fifth layer. Just find the little smile that's always in your heart and let it rise to your face. So we're breathing in through the nose. It's okay to smile, I won't tell anybody. And out through the mouth. Same duration in as out. Feels good, doesn't it? Feels freaking good, man. Ah, wow. Now here's the thing. For reasons that we won't go too deeply into today, probably, just touch on it. Breathing in this way does so many things for your body. It balances the hemispheres of your brain, it balances your brain and your heart, it balances your autonomic, your sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. It's just amazing what it does. And big enough breath actually opens enough energy and expands your aura. We can get into all the spiritual woo-woo stuff. It expands your energy field enough that you can actually tune in to other things that are going on and not be overwhelmed. You don't get as triggered. Most importantly, you begin to let out the 300, 400, 500,000 unexhaled gasps you ever had from pre-birth till now. And in that moment, you're releasing physical trauma from your body that's been stored for decades. How? By breathing. But just breathing can do that? Wow. Who knew? So is anybody feeling better? Is anybody feeling any enjoyable sensations from this? Pretty nice, huh? Wow. Now, the more you do that today, the more you're going to get out of our time together. Promise you. Okay, so we're going to continue. Everybody, we're going to breathe, right? Okay. I'll be checking in. I promise I will be checking in. And most of you won't be breathing, and that's okay. We're going to start over. I remind myself at times. I went from having to work really hard to breathe for a few seconds a day to now it's a few seconds a day that I don't. And you can do the same, and it will make a big difference. So who here came kind of thinking you might maybe, possibly, maybe want to do a spell break today? Anybody come? Holy crap. All right, we're going to need 3 days. Go ask the front desk. Okay, so I did not, and I will not, and I don't usually say I cannot, but I'm going to say because practical time. We're all dealing with time here. Probably not going to do one for everybody. It's probably not going to happen. If you're going to be pissed off, if the day ends and you didn't get one, you should go ahead and get a refund now, because there's no guarantee of that. But here's the most amazing thing of all. If I work with Chris, if I do a spell break with this guy, and he comes up into the victim, if he comes up and joins me, if he does that, and you breathe the whole time, and you become completely, totally present to him. Hello. If you do that. Hi.
Hi, Brian.
How you doing?
Sorry, late.
Welcome. It's all good, man. All right, he's the first spell break. Just if Chris is up here, and I'm working with him, and you tune in to him 100%, and you breathe the whole time, you will have a breakthrough with him. I promise you. So there's a theme. There's going to be several themes that will run through the day, and one of them is that which is most personal is most universal. Now, let's get the freaky shit out of the way. Everybody in this room is a rapist and a killer and a victim and a murderer. Everybody in this room. Everybody here is born and died innumerable times. Forget about everything you think you know about reincarnation or any of that stuff. Everybody here has killed and stolen and all of the above. And you say, well, I don't remember, but maybe not in this body. But that's irrelevant. So that opens the door for me to get my disclaimer out of the way. Here's my disclaimer. Okay. In an infinite, unlimited universe, you can explain it an infinite, unlimited number of ways. You can slice it and dice it and cut it. Oh God, so many ways. You can explain it so many ways. So I'm not going to tell you the truth today. I'm going to tell you a truth. However, this is where I brag for a minute. In the last 6 years since I started doing this, well, I would say professionally, but I don't even have shoes on. I'm not too professional. But ever since I made this my, quote, business 6 years ago, I have been able to meaningfully touch somewhere around 66,000 people in 83 countries, the vast majority of whom had tried everything. Why is it that the people that come to me are the ones who tried everything? I don't know what's up with that. But they have crazy, immediate breakthroughs. Anybody here had any level of breakthrough just from reading my book? How about that? How's that happen? And you guys had all tried everything. There's something here. There's something here. And I think it's probably because I came here to go through more hell for the first 46 years of my life on this planet than the vast majority of people. And when you go that deep through hell and you pop out, you have something. Another thing is that when you work with as many people as I have, I would be an idiot to have not learned some things, you know? And so I am channeling. Anybody heard of channeling? You guys familiar with that concept? There's some woo-woo shit for you, right? Ooh, channeling. Well, we're all channeling. You're all channeling what you are. I just found out that I'm channeling infinite intelligence with virtually no resistance. It's just all coming through. So I'm reading your mind. Sort of, but not really. And the other thing that really people ask me, Brian, what is different about you? Right? What is different about you? I'll tell you what I believe it is and what I perceive it is. We're all mirrors of each other. In a way, that's all we are. It's like literally true. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about how the universe works today. We're all mirrors of each other. And somehow, I am like the most freaking awesome mirror. Like, there's like no, you ever seen one of those carnival mirrors where it's all curvy and you're like, oh, what the hell? Freaky. Well, we're all a bunch of fucked up, twisted carnival mirrors. And we look in the mirror, we don't see anything like what's there. We see all of our story about it. And then we look at each other and, those Arabs, I say all the words, by the way, that you're not supposed to say. I say all of them, okay? So I don't care. Those crackers, those whiteys, you know how they are. Women, crazy bitches. Oh my God, what is wrong with them? And men, stupid jerks, right? We all know how they are. And we gather in little groups of similar mirrors who think the same way. I'm with the anti-asshole group. We're all little mirrors who are against assholes. Yeah, we're all just mirrors. Okay, I, for whatever reason, have a freaking amazing mirror. I've had it since I was 3 years old. I just literally look at someone and I know exactly how they're holding themselves back. And now everybody goes, ah! Don't look at me. I'm looking at you. The cool thing is, I don't see that bullshit you believe about yourself. I just see the infinite, unlimited being. The perfect being that you are. That's all I see. How cool is that? Now let's check in. Those of you that have dared to actually look me in the eye so far. Have you noticed that I see you differently than you are normally seen by others? Have you noticed that? Yeah, I don't buy your bullshit. I just don't buy it. And I have this weird effect on people. I help them not buy it. Especially if they're ready. People that really want to buy their bullshit, they hate me. Yeah, asshole, let's join a group against him. Where do I sign up? Yeah, I find that people love me or hate me. Nobody likes me, and I don't care anymore. How cool would it be to not care whether anybody likes you anymore or not? So, how about if we talk a little bit about how the universe works? Would that be cool? Because I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so I feel a few things coming up now. So people are curious about some things. So I see that there are 5 paradigms in the world. That's how I see it. Some would say there are 2, and some would say, oh, there's an infinite number. Well, I'm talking about core paradigms, and your core paradigm is a worldview, right? So people have different paradigms on different topics. I'm talking about the core paradigm, the paradigm that you view everything, and here's what it kind of boils down to. What am I, what's the universe, and how do I fit in? That's our core paradigm. What's the universe, what am I, and how do I fit into this thing? And we have all been basically brainwashed by our own choice to the Newtonian paradigm. Okay? And what Newton said was, we're little separate chunks of meat in a giant machine that's going to grind us to bits as we age and weaken under the forces of fate that are going to kick our ass. Beautiful scene, isn't it? And then we're going to die our miserable death. Awesome. Okay. And that is literally, we're living our lives by that. Well, not me, Brian. No, let's check in. We're living our businesses by that. We're living our relationships by that. It sucks. It's hard. It's hell. And it's bullshit. Now, what's really weird is that was 400 years ago. And we have found out now that what the wise, were saying thousands of years ago. There is no physical universe here. There's nothing but energy. This energy is arising and passing away. And it's all one. The great ones have been saying, every time one said it, we either chopped off their head or put them on a cross, or, we had all kind of cool ways of, don't say that. But now Einstein said it. Well, look at this with his microscope. Shit, there ain't nothing here. What's up with that? And his contemporaries looked through the microscope. Shit, there's nothing here. So we find out that what the wise knew. Well, what's his name? Who did I just say? Newton, thank you. Newton's full of shit. And the world is run by the Newtonian paradigm. Businesses, multi-billion-dollar businesses, and little entrepreneurs starting out run their whole business world according to the Newtonian paradigm, which is not true. We live our lives and our relationships, everything we do, our financial reality, fighting to get enough bananas to get through the week under the Newtonian paradigm, which is bullshit. What's up with that? We find out there is no physical universe here. It's all energy. Of course, they won't really teach that in the schools, will they? So we learn it, and then it's reaffirmed by every advertisement we ever see. Everything within the governmental and medical and religious and all those systems reaffirms that we're meat suits in a machine. It's not true. If you go into an atom of gold or an atom of lead or an atom of helium or hydrogen or whatever, you can take a pile of crap or a porcelain plate or a chunk of gold. It doesn't matter. You go down below the subatomic level, down below, down past all of the things that we have words for, all of which are bullshit. And there ain't nothing there. It's just energy. It's light blinking in and out of existence. Nothing physical. Now, do you think if that's true of gold, and that's true of lead and hydrogen and helium, and if it's true of those things, do you think it's true of, I don't know, you? I mean, if the raw materials that everything in the universe is made of ain't there, it's just energy blinking in and out of existence. If that's true of all atoms, of all materials, then what are you made of? And what's money made of? Ooh. And what's this room made of? And the air we're breathing? If we started to live that way, do you think it would make a difference? Infinite possibilities? I'll ask the question again. Do you think it would make a difference? Yes. It would make a big freaking difference. That's why you're in the room with me today, right? Because is he full of shit, or is this actually like, is this really happening? So here's how I see it, and here's how I say it. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being. And I have no idea why I point there when I say it. It's just because it doesn't seem like it's here. This is all meat suits in a machine driven by faith. So this infinite, unlimited, eternal being just is. It just is. And all the religions have had words for it, which we again made something real and solid out of immediately because we just don't like to deal with things that we can't see. It projects, sitting there in eternal bliss forever. Eternal bliss forever. There's no space, so it can't go anywhere. And there's no time, so it can't change. It can't move or change. There's no experience at that level, at that eternal level. It's just eternal bliss, which sounds good, but it's fucking boring. Forever? Jeez, man, let's do something. So it says, I would like to have an experience. What can I do? I'll make a universe. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to make a universe, and let's see. It's going to be, there will be like up and down, space and stuff. Light and dark. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh my God. And it gets all excited, and then it realizes, shit, I can't make a universe. There's nothing to make a universe out of. Damn it. I'll make it out of myself. The only thing that is. Oh, cool. And so it does. And the way that it does, it splits itself into innumerable seeming opposites, that none of which exist. And so in order to project out of eternity into time and space, it has to create time and space to hide in. And then it sets up this way that it can appear and disappear and appear and disappear. It arises and passes away. And Buddha said 2,500 years ago, I'm not a Buddhist or a Christian or anything else, but Buddha said, and he was right, that the entire universe arises, it's here, and it passes away, nothing here. A septillion times a second. That's a 1 with 21 zeros for you mathematicians out there. That's fast, man. A septillion times a second. We can't even think about thinking about that. It's way beyond, okay? So you heard about all this law of attraction bullshit. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. But, the law of attraction has its place, and it is what it is, but it's just not everything. It's not even remotely everything, and it's very pathetically explained by the vast majority of, dare I say, experts on the law of attraction. Which, where exactly do you get your degree on that one? I don't know. But anyway, so this idea of frequency, right? We hear about frequency. Raise your vibration, which means nothing. It literally means raise my vibration. Where is it? I will raise it if you show it to me. Okay? It means nothing. It means a little bit less than nothing. But we talk about frequencies. Okay, there's some relevance to that. So, without getting really technical, because I don't want to, it's not very fun for me. There's something called FM radio. Anybody remember that? FM radio, frequency modulation. So here's the simple way that it works. There's this huge bandwidth of frequencies. And the music only takes 20,000. So we hear from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Now I'm not going to stay technical, I promise. But there's a very narrow band of music that we hear. You put that in a multi-million frequency space, and you can carry the music through that, and you can turn the dial, and there's 20,000 hertz of bandwidth all up and down that radio dial. Easy, no problem. Similarly, gold has a frequency. Silver has a frequency. Hydrogen has a frequency. All the elements have their own frequencies, and all of the frequencies combine. When you mix those things together, you have frequencies. We all have frequencies. It's all contained within that septillionth of a second, on and off, on and off. So it's frequencies within frequencies, and that's enough science for today. All right? So this infinite, unlimited, eternal being that still for some reason is up here, I have no idea why, projects out of eternity into time and space to have cheese. No. to work out its karma. No, it invents karma later so it can have an experience. It projects out of eternity into time and space so it can finally get right with God. No. It just projects out of eternity into time and space to have an experience. Period. End of story. To have an experience. No right, no wrong, no good, no bad. Just to have experience. Now, you're not sure if that's too interesting yet, but I'll show you why it's really freaking interesting in just a minute. This infinite, unlimited potential to be anything, to experience anything, projects into limitation, to have experience. And this is one of the most critical concepts for you to get, to do everything that we're going to do today. You can't have experience without limitation. Yeah. Limitation and experience are kind of synonymous, actually. You can't have experience. At the eternal level, there is no space. There's no boundary. You can't move. Nothing can change because there's no time happening for any change to occur. For change to occur, you can't have experience without change. For change to occur, there has to be a limited thing. You ever played a game where there was no border? That would suck. I would just cheat at all the time, wouldn't you? I mean, there's no rules. I win. You got to have boundaries. You got to have rules to have an experience. Well, here we are. Can you deny that you're having experience? Anyone deny that they're having experience? No. What I'd like for us to do for a minute, I'd like everybody to stop having experience. 1, 2, 3, go. You're not doing very well. Maybe I need to explain the rules again. We're going to all stop having experience. 1, 2, 3, go. God. Either we're missing it or maybe we can't stop having experience right now. You ever had life get so shitty you really wish they'd stop the ride? Thank you for being honest. Those of you who are, the rest of you, join us. Yeah, man, could we just stop this ride? I mean, I spent many, many years thinking consistently. I couldn't decide, was I going to do this or this? I've never thought about this one. I don't know why, but these two, thought about those a lot. Anybody else? Be honest, thank you. Yeah. Rough place to be, ain't it? It's a rough place to be. Can't stop the freaking ride. I got bad news for those of you that ever feel that again and you actually keep on flying. I was dead for about 30 minutes when I was 16. Probably part of why I never actually tried to kill myself, because I found out when I was 16, when I was dead for about 30 minutes, you can't actually end the ride. You just keep flying. In Hinduism, they have a saying, if you swat a fly while it's flying and kill it, it doesn't know, it just keeps on flying. Without a body, has no idea. So do we. So the only thing you can't do, infinite, unlimited being, projecting out of eternity into time and space to have an experience, the only thing you can't do right now is stop the ride. Shit. Can't, I'm sorry. Can't. Now on that note, for those of you that this might help, I've had people ask me, well, Brian, now you talk a good game, Mr. fucking level 5, blah, blah, blah. But what if it was one of your kids? Would you let them kill themselves? Well, if one of my kids was telling me they wanted to end their lives, I would say, hey, can we talk about it? Would you like to talk about it? But if they kill themselves, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'll just see them again later. And when you know that beyond the shadow of a doubt, life gets fun. Man. It's a whole different game when you know you can't die, you can't lose anything, can't lose anybody. Who cares? Oh, Brian, that's so... You don't love. Oh my God, I love infinitely more now that I'm not attached to all that bullshit. So infinite, unlimited being, projecting out of eternity into time and space. Have I said this before? I'll say it again. Projecting into time and space to have experience. The only thing it can't do is stop having experience. We tried, didn't we? I'm trusting you tried. There's only 2 things you can do. Now this is the crazy part. There's only 2 things you can actually do. And no one's going to ask me what they are. I'm just teasing. There's only 2 things you can do. You can either focus on what you want to experience and focus all that knowledge and wisdom and power of infinite, unlimited being into what you want to experience, or you can fall into thought. Got those 2 things? You can focus on what you want to experience, or you can fall into thought. And if you want to know what happens when you fall into thought, look at your life. Look at your life. Is everything absolutely, flawlessly, perfectly, completely, exactly the way you want it all the time? Probably not. You wouldn't be wasting your Sunday morning with me. It is Sunday, right? Love it when that happens. I said it right there. Doesn't happen often. So, let's look at what's coming through that projector here. And we'll get an understanding of what happens with those 2 choices. What's coming through the projector? Now, would it be helpful to know how the universe works? Would it be helpful to actually know for sure how the universe works and how manifestation works? Nobody in the room thinks that would be valuable or helpful at all. 1 people, 2 people, 3 people. Okay. You guys better work with me or I will just sit here and count my toenails. Okay. So, hi everybody. Got a question? No. Or you're just, okay, you're in. Okay. So check this out. I'm seriously actually going to show you how the universe works. But remember what I said. I can't tell you the truth. I can only show you a truth, right? But 60-something thousand people, almost all of whom had tried everything, this model, when they try it on, all of a sudden their life just gets freaking amazing. Doesn't it, Ehab? Yeah. Amazing. Like, wow, how's that happen? Okay. So here's it. Here's how it really works. Picture a movie theater. Anyone ever been to a movie? All right. So you go to a movie theater, and there's a projector right there. So that makes it easy. There's a projector, and the projector's plugged into power, right? Not much good if it's not plugged into a power source. And then light comes through the projector onto the screen, and we watch the movie. Okay. And usually there's sound too, but they can talk 3D all they want, but it's not convincing me yet. I'm going to call it 2D. So this is a 2D screen, and that's a projector. Now, how exciting would it be if we just turned that projector on right now, lowered that screen, and watched the light shine out? That would be awesome, wouldn't it, for about 12 seconds? You want a movie in there, okay? But before we put the movie in, let's just look at what it is. Projector, light source, a power source, light comes through, goes on the projector. Now, let's put a movie in. Who knows a movie they want to see? Pick one. Somebody, anyone. Pick a movie. Name a movie.
Sunshine on Leaf.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to all watch that. I have no idea what it's about. What's it about?
About love, about relationships ending, about relationships beginning.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's based on
Perfect. Oh, even better. Okay, so we're going to put that movie in now. Now the projector has something to say. Before that, it was just infinite potential. So put the movie in. Now we're going to watch it. Now I'm going to guess there's probably some emotion in relationships ending and beginning and all this stuff.
A lot of singing and a lot of dancing.
Beautiful. All right. So now we're watching, and they show something sad. Now, if it's compelling and if it's well done, even those stoic hearts among us, right? If it's sad, and if they show something funny, the whole room is laughing. And if they show something sexy, hey, we might get a little turned on in here. Ain't no telling. Okay? It's a light aiming a little bit of a movie on a screen. How does that get us like that? On a 2D projector at that, with a little bit of audio. Anyone ever seen a great movie? Ever? You guys are going to have to do better. Anyone ever seen it? Oh, thank you. My God. Okay, you ever seen a movie during the day? Anyone ever seen a movie during the day? Okay, you walk out of the theater, it's like, oh, I forgot this place. Where'd they put this? Right? Because the movie literally hypnotizes us. Literally hypnotizes how? 30 frames per second. 30 little pictures. You ever looked at a film? You know, remember they used to have the actual reels, right? You look, it's just a picture. But the next one's a little different, the next one's a little different. If it goes fast enough, it fools us. So 30 frames per second, flying past the light on a screen, is enough to freaking hypnotize us to get turned on, sad, angry, scared. Wow, holy shit, that's pretty cool now. So what do you think about an infinite D projector plugged into unlimited power? Projecting the movie of He Has Life. Only it's your life, it's my life. The movie of my life. And instead of projecting it on a 2D screen, it's projected on an infinite D screen. This ain't 3D, baby. This is sex and smell and taste and flavor and light and dark and texture and color and oh my God. It's an infinite D screen. And instead of 30 frames per second, it's a septillion times per second. On and off, on and off, on and off. Do you think that might hypnotize you to think the universe is real? Pretty freaking cool, eh? That's the universe we're in. We're all at the movie. And I like to say, the good news is nobody is ever harmed in the making of this motion picture. You can't die, you can't be hurt, but oh, does life suck, and then you stub your toe. And it's like so convincing. But that's really how the universe, I mean, literally, that's how it works. There's a projector, and there's an infinite light source, and it's projecting out of eternity into time and space. Now, there's a big difference here. That movie has very limited data. I mean, really, I don't know how many megs or gigs, if it's in 4K, ultra high resolution, maybe it's a couple of gigs, I don't know. But this projector is putting out unlimited bandwidth. What is coming through this projector is all the knowledge, information, and wisdom that has ever been and will ever be. I'm going to say that again. All the knowledge, information, and wisdom that has ever been and will ever be. Because it's not time and space, it's eternal. It's all coming through. And it's like a fire hose. Anyone ever seen a fire hose? You ever seen it? Like 2 or 3 big burly folks holding that fire hose, right? Because if they let go, it would beat the hell out of them. All that pressure. Well, imagine an unlimited pressure fire hose. Unlimited flow coming through. Because this projector has unlimited bandwidth. It's like a fiber optic cable of unlimited bandwidth. All the knowledge, information, and wisdom that's ever been and will ever be coming through right now. I'm going to say that one over and over and over too, for a reason. It's also got all the power that creates all the universes without ever, it's inexhaustible. It never even diminishes. That's what's coming through this projector into this, which we call the universe. All the knowledge, information, and wisdom that has ever been and will ever be. All the power that creates unlimited universes without ever diminishing. It's inexhaustible. That's what's flowing through into this time and space. And that's what you are. That's what's available to you. Now, if that was true, would that make a difference?
Of course it is.
Wait a minute. Damn, really? Everything? That's how it is. Now, we're going to see more and more how true that is. Is that model helpful at all? Anyone? I find it really helpful, and as we go through what we're going to go through today, it's going to get more and more and more and more helpful. Now, anyone breathing? Is anyone breathing in here? How do we do it? In through the nose? Is that? Oh, you were breathing? That's my girl right there. Huh?
It's becoming automatic.
We've been harassing him 10 hours a day for the last 3 days.
He was even in the restaurant. I would ask, like, are you coming down? He's like, are you leaving?
I was just thinking I need to get a picture of you and have you on my phone so every time I look at it, I'll be...
Exactly. A picture of me going...
Breathe with Brian.
How you guys feeling?
Good.
Me too. I prefer this. I prefer feeling good. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? When you're breathing, does it have to be out through the mouth, or can you breathe in through the nose, out through the nose?
It can be, there's a lot of variations to it. What I have found is, and remember I said like I could teach all day on just this thing, and I swear to God it would be the best seminar ever. It's so fascinating, the stuff that's related to this. We have so much to cover, I don't, right? When you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, there's so many reasons. I'll just give you one. You have energy that flows in a circuit throughout your entire body, down the back, up the front, okay? And where the tongue touches the roof of the mouth closes the circuit. So like with a light switch, if you flip the switch down, you're actually cutting the circuit. No electricity is flowing through the circuit. When you flip the switch up, it simply closes the circuit. Light can go through energy can go through the light and turns the light on. When you put your tongue up against the top of your mouth, close your mouth, you close the circuit so that energy can flow through your whole body. When you open your mouth and your tongue comes down, you open that circuit. So it makes this great balance in that flow, and that's a part of what balances the two hemispheres of the brain and balances the brain and the heart at the same time, balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. There's so many benefits. It's best to do it that way. So everybody breathe in now. You guys are freaking beautiful. Like, man, I love what I do. I get to sit and look at you guys, and all I have to do is just talk. And you stay and keep smiling. I love it. Love your smile, bro.
Oh, thank you.
And my sis, you guys are awesome. Infinite, unlimited, eternal being, projecting out of eternity. Don't hold tears in. Let them go every time. Just let them go. There's going to be a lot of crying in here today. Yeah. Honey.
Yes.
Could you see if they have any Kleenexes or anything like that around? We might want to get a couple boxes or steal some toilet paper. Yeah, man.
Brian, I'm curious. I'm having this almost like a different mind state, almost like between sleeping and being awake. Not almost like lightheadedness, but not really. I'm curious what's happening with this breathing, like a meditative.
Yeah, you're actually getting close to oxygenating your brain adequately for the first time, possibly in your life.
And there are very little thoughts, and that's scary.
All right, so let's just go right there for 1 minute. Okay, so this is like mini spell breaking. Okay,
Yeah.
is it scary or do you feel scared?
No.
Look, go eye to eye with me.
All right.
Go eye to eye with me. And breathe. Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. Is it scary or are you feeling some fear?
It's just so unusual. It's just.
All right, now you notice you're avoiding my question.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it scary or are you feeling some fear? Which is true? Yeah. I'm going to help you out.
I'm feeling some.
Thank
some
you.
fear.
You were feeling some
Yes.
fear.
Yes.
If it was scary, we would all be fucked. Because that scary thing outside of us would be coming after us. But if I'm feeling some fear, there's probably something I can do about it. If it is scary, oh shit. Oh God. I'm ruined. It's scary. And it's outside of me. It's probably bigger than me. But if I'm feeling some fear, oh, maybe there's something I can do about it. And just going eye to eye with me helps. And now, increase the breath a little bit more. We're not used to being free of problems. Now, I've been watching everybody in this room with 100% attention, which is freaky, but I do. And I was watching you, and you've been breathing as much or more than anybody in this room. You took it really seriously, and you've really been doing it. And you've gotten yourself into such a calm state, and your body's getting oxygenated, and you have not had this much energy. You've been getting in shape, you've been doing all kinds of things, you've been working with your mind. You haven't been this clear yet. And your mind is going, what the fuck? Is this okay? I don't have any problems right now.
Yes.
Yeah. And the mind gets terrified because if there's no problems, it doesn't have anything to do. We might kill it or get rid of it. So it thinks, not true. Mind, I love you. You're fine. You're safe. We're going to have more fun than ever now because you're going to get to focus on things that are going to be awesome instead of driving me in a fucking circle. Pretty awesome, eh? You don't even need a license for this buzz. It's just like...
Yeah, it's funny that the truth is the most simple thing. It's so simple that we go away next to it just because we can't accept the simpleness of it.
Now I want to help you go even further with it. Take away the word we from everything you just said and say I.
I can't accept the simplicity of the truth.
Right. Up until now you haven't.
Up until now, I haven't.
Feel that. Now feel the truth in that big ass smile too. Up until now I haven't let myself experience the simplicity of this truth. That's truth. And when you say up until now I haven't, maybe now you will. Infinite possibilities rush in. The minute we don't know, infinite possibilities rush right back in. Keep breathing, man. So, how about that? Anybody feel that? Yeah. Can't we go back to normal now? Couldn't you just fascinate us with some spiritual bullshit? Do we actually have to have an experience? I don't know if I'm ready for this. Oh, it's going to get worse and better. and there's neither worse nor better.
I was going to say that I felt the same. I took the breathing very serious as well, and I felt the lightheadedness and how the mind says this is not familiar, is this normal, and then just kept breathing through it, and then it just goes away. But when he mentioned it, just wanted to share that I felt the same thing. So it's not, it's normal. It's how our mind just instantly starts thinking, this is not familiar with what's going on.
Yeah, beautiful. We have conditioned ourselves to normal. Excuse me. We have conditioned ourselves to normal. We've mastered normal. And my favorite philosopher after myself, I'm just kidding. My favorite philosopher is Jiddu Krishnamurti, and I just love what he said, but I don't remember what it is, so I'll have to say it later. He said, it's no great thing to be celebrated, to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Fuck being well adjusted. Let's bust out of this thing, man. Let's have it the way we want it.